After seeing The Apartment on the big screen today and just really loving it, and talking at length with my friend about the Dreyfuses who live next door, who remain some of Billy Wilder's best supporting characters in his entire oeuvre, I found this interesting article by Bob Bookman in the Jewish Journal, who suggests that the movie is really the tale of the wandering Jew. I mean, we see some interesting Jewish symbolism in this movie. Mrs. Lieberman, the landlord, Dr. Dreyfus and his wife, who live next door to Baxter. And there is this keen observation from Bookman. On the other side of the ledger, Kirkaby, who's one of the guys who Baxter lends his apartment to, drives a VW Beetle, the only car we see in the film, obviously Germany, and reports in disgust what he did with his mistress after Baxter reclaims the key to his apartment. I wound up at the Guggenheim Museum. The Jewish name fairly curdles in his mouth. Modest spoiler alert, at the end of the movie, Baxter, who decides to become a mensch after listening to Dr. Dreyfus, says that he's on his own, essentially taking the place of the wandering Jew. Now, there's an interesting twist to this little theory because Bookman was, for a time, Cameron Crowe's literary agent. So he called Cameron Crowe, who was friendly, obviously, with Billy Wilder. There's a wonderful book by Cameron Crowe called Conversations with Billy Wilder, which I highly recommend. And there is this little bonus thing. 2 hours later, Crowe called me back. He had just spoken to Wilder. After Crowe laid out my theory, Wilder had only one response. He answered a question with a question. Surprised by the insight, the great director said, "Who told you this?" All these years later, I think that meant I was onto something. Well, I think that Bob Bookman is very much onto something because the Jewish aspect of The Apartment is something that I find tremendously fascinating because the Dreyfuses and Mrs. Lieberman are vital to the film's humanity. Wilder is presenting two possibilities for American life. You could either be on your own and independent, possibly inspired by Jewish culture, or you could be a corporate whore climbing up the ladder, often wasting years of your life eating TV dinners. But yeah, I think Bob Bookman is onto something, definitely. And I think that this is what Wilder and IAL Diamond probably intended.